So we're going to approach this project in the most simple of ways, and that is to use an enamel layer on top of whatever dentin material you're using, or whatever material you're using now. So we're going to enhance the aesthetics by adding this one facial layer, and it's going to make such a huge difference in the results, in the aesthetic results of your restoration. Such a simple application makes such a big difference. So again, we'll start up here at the gingival 1/3 with our dollop of composite, and that's more than I need, but we can pull it down, connect it to our handle, and then start moving it incisally. Now we want to apply this very much like Mother Nature provided the natural tooth for us, or to us, in that we want it to be very thin up here at the gingival 1/3, because that'll allow that underlying composite, whatever shade you've chosen, to come through. It'll give you a nice polychromatic effect, very much like you see in natural teeth. So let's cut off the excess here. Okay, I'm gonna get my best friend out here. That's the wedding resin. This wedding resin is just phenomenal. Nice thing about this wedding resin, and it's so much different than bonding resin, is that it does not have HEMA or other chemicals in there that could change the color of your composite. It is made with the purpose of wetting the resin, basically, so that it will handle in a more spreadable fashion. All right, so there we go. Nice and easy. Let's give it a cure. And that wetting resin is also 45% filled, so it's not going to create weak links in your composite like an unfilled resin would do. So let's take this out of its mold. I'm going to cure our handle from the lingual, because that's a huge chunk of composite there, and I do know it's going to be a little sticky. So let's flip this back over. Okay, so this is what we're starting with. Okay, and that's just by putting a simple single enamel layer on top of whatever dentin or composite that you're using now. So let's take our finishing burr and let's remove the flash, little bits of resin on the side here. Go over the facial. Let's go over that incisal edge, even it out just a bit. Let's create some very basic anatomy. Let's emphasize our developmental lobes. We're just going to create some very gentle depressions in our restoration. And then we're going to finish this up with our Jiffy brush. And our Jiffy brush already has the polishing agent in the bristles. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let me just go in there and just polish on those developmental depressions just a tad bit more. The nice thing about the Jiffy brush is that it will polish into areas of texture or anatomy or microanatomy, and it'll shine those areas, but it won't remove them. So that's a major perk for us. So let's take our black background. Let's see what we get here. See, we just get a prettier restoration. Again, this is very simple application. I did not incorporate any fancy anatomy into it. It's very, very basic. And what we see here is that by adding that enamel layer on top of the dentin layer, you just get more optical dimension, more depth, more naturalness to the restoration.